It is chilly. For those interested, I'm smoking a Ashton, my lips frozen. VSG cigar. It's a Dominican cigar. Ashton has good cigars, so I've liked it for a while. I started kind of getting into them. I mean, I would have one here and there, I guess, over the years, but I liked having one when I was in the field in the Army called the Morale Smokes. You'd have one, even if it was just a small Colts or whatever. This is, much better than that. It's not all full of garbage. But if you'd have one of those a day, it would really bring the morale up while you're in the field. You could be out there for a while, and each day have one of them would break it up nice. Anyways, I still like to have one every now and then. I don't have one of these every day, but that would get expensive, especially here in Canada. These are very expensive, so you got to really pace them out, but they're good. And I felt like having one today, so I'm standing out here in the cold having one. I actually would like to build a smoke room, like a cigar room or whatever, so it'd serve more than one purpose, but build a room where in the colder weather I could have a cigar, have a coffee, and relax. So that's a plan I plan on doing out here. So I'm not out here in the cold weather having one, but I'm not bad. The only thing that really gets cold is your hand, so I'll just switch hands every now and then. You probably see me do it. I'm getting down there a bit now. See the truck behind me there? I was adjusting the mirror yesterday, and it just came right off the rearview mirror. That's a 92, so it's 32 years old, so it's probably been sitting on there for 32 years. So I can't complain. I haven't had it 32 years. But it was sitting, I got it off a fella in this province, but it was, a few hours from here. And he had it in a barn for years. So that's why it's actually in the shape it's in. It's not there's under 100,000 kilometers on it. And it just sat there forever. He just barely ever used it. Took it out in the summer a little bit, and that was about it. I don't drive that much, just to throw, pick wood up and use it as a work truck. But I keep it all undercoated, change the oil. Got new tires on it this year. They're a heck of a lot better. They were pretty bald. And it's working good. I'm happy with it. So to give you an idea of what's going on here, we're waiting back to get a price on getting that part cleared. We haven't got it yet. And then once we get that, we'll know what we owe. We got a rough quote, so we got an idea what we owe. We're just waiting on the actual bill, I guess. And then we're going to price up some screw piles there. I'll probably have to get screw piles that are, for that extension part there I showed the other day. We'll probably have to get some screw piles that are bigger ones, because if you're going up 2 stories, you're going to need a little bigger pile for that next level. So we'll see then what they're going to run. And then from there, we'll be able to start on it. But the reason we haven't been on here a whole lot lately is because we want to get that started. And I don't just want to put out whatever. We're kind of getting tired of just chasing this YouTube thing to just put out content just for the sake of content. And we don't think we're going to bother doing that anymore. We're going to share it, but share it with a purpose. Like when we start building that extension, and we really want to get over here. That's our number one priority, is to actually live here, because that's always been the thing. The reason why we even started this whole thing is once the medical release from the Army was a for sure thing, after all the surgeries and recovery, and then realized my day-to-day normal is not something compatible with still being in the Army. That's why we built the last place, because we had to do something. So we had a year actually to plan. So we bought the land, built the last place, and even though we had a year, we still only had a year to kind of get set up. So we bought the land at the price we could afford at the time. It happened to be quite far out, and then built that place. But then luckily the market was going pretty decent there after the whole COVID year. So we were able to sell that, move into a better location, invest our money into the farmhouse we're living in right now. But that doesn't have much land. It's just over an acre there. There was a potential to get some land with it, but that kind of got canned, so we weren't able to get that. So then we changed the plan. Okay, let's get ourselves some land again, build again. Right now we have the cabin. The cabin's actually livable now, so we're in between a stage of, do we just, sell as much as we can and move here now and build, or get it set up as best we can and then move here with it ready? Because we definitely want it pretty ready, but it's actually already fairly ready because there's the well here, the septic, we got a bathroom ready with a shower, we got hot water, we have a kitchen, little counter, sink, we have the wood stove, 2 bedrooms, utility room. It's livable now, so we're thinking maybe just get in here and in the next little bit, maybe this year, and just so we're on the ground all the time to build. So that's kind of where we're at. This is our our tagline's kind of always been keeping it real, and that's we want to make sure we always do that, and just being real with you now as to what we're thinking is because we want to make sure we make the best decision for the family, financially, everything. We're in a much better spot here. We're still quite, we're a ways out from some stuff, but we're still way closer than we were to, get to hospitals. Ashley's dealt with I don't even know how many miscarriages to this point. Not that each and one of them aren't important. It's just been so many. I don't know if it's 14 or 15 or what it is. They're all, important. I just can't remember the number. That's been, that many over the last few years. So, we want to be close to hospitals. And then I'm not normal anymore. I have no colon. Had that completely removed. So that totally changes your days. Just with, it's just not normal not to have a colon. So, and then, you can only do so much at a time. Anybody who's been here a while knows all that stuff. If you haven't, that's kind of the deal. Like, why we just do so much at a time. We can't just bang things off as normal. And that's not a moment to complain. It's just to let you know as to why we go at the pace we do and things like that. So, having said that, we really are looking forward to having this as the full-time homestead. So we want to get that extension on. It's going to be 2 floors, basically a living room on the bottom, probably 9-foot ceilings. I can put some deer heads in the bottom and bear, whatever. We like hunting. And then a 2nd floor with a couple bedrooms and maybe a half bathroom. I get up a lot during the night with no colon, so I will spare you details, but let alone it's just convenient to have one up there anyway. So we'll do that and probably put like another bathroom downstairs with a full tub, because we don't have a tub here. We just have the shower, so it's nice to have a bath. So we'll just do another one, do like a 1 piece with the deep tub. That'd be pretty easy. It's going to be 24 by 24. With 9-foot ceilings downstairs to give you that little bit of room, and then upstairs will be the normal 8, and then we'll figure out if we want to put a balcony off the top, like a small little spot to sit or whatever, because we're up on we're about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way up this small mountain here, right? But we're still pretty high on it, where if I'm on the roof here, I can actually see over to the next mountains, and it's a great view. So a balcony to sit on to watch the sunset and stuff and to see over those mountains would be great. So that's something we do want to do. Whether it's just even just a small with a couple chairs, that'd be fine. We got this patio down here still. I'm talking here now, my cigar's going out on me. With the price of these things, they like to smoke them right down. Anyways, we want to do, so that's the plans on that extension, which I've mentioned, and then we want to get the garage up too. So we're kind of debating whether, you know, throw the garage up, have a place to throw the stuff you got. Even if you downsize a bunch of stuff, we're still gonna have probably some more things, and then throw it in the garage while we build the extension, live in here in the meantime. So that's a possibility. We're going to be getting back into our maple syrup, and the quicker we can get this stuff done, which, you know, again, it's not no big rush, just it just can't be. But the quicker we can do it, then we can get back into more and more maple syrup, because that's going to be, you know, a big thing for us. And then, you know, the hunting, do lots of the hunting. That you know, right now we got another buck this year, one last year, doe the year before that, bear before the year before that, and then we get a half cow a couple times a year off a farm, you know, a farm we've been using for the last few years, and that really keeps us good to go all year. It's great beef, heck of a lot cheaper to buy at the grocery store, cut and split, and all done. Cut and split, I just said it like I'm talking about wood. Not cut and split, cut and wrapped. All the cuts you want for like $5, so a pound, which that's actually gone up a little bit than it was, but it's still a heck of a lot cheaper than a grocery store. So say it'll be a deal right now. Those are Canadian prices. So if you were to take, you know, a deal for, say, ribeye steaks, it was probably, I actually drove by and saw a sign said $19.99 a pound for ribeyes, and that's on sale somewhere recently. So we're paying $5 by doing the whole half cow at once. That's 25% of that price on a sale price, so can't beat that. And then we got our deer with, I've had the same box of, you know, I've been using a muzzle loader because I've been hunting a cornfield. So you can only be within 200 meters of, you can shoot the muzzle loader within 200 meters of like a dwelling. So in behind our house is quite a few acres of corn fields, but you know, there's a few houses scattered here and there. So you couldn't use a rifle in there because it's about 300, a little over 300, 350 meters maybe from where I'm shooting. No, we're like, you're not shooting towards them, shooting down an empty field where it's, you know, a mile away. But if it's on either side, doesn't matter. You still gotta make sure. But I have that muzzle loader because when I was posted with the Army in Manitoba, here in Canada, there was a muzzle loader season. So I picked that up. 2011, I think, is when I bought that. And at the time, I think it may have even just come with some shells, like sabots and rounds in it. And then maybe I bought some powder, but I've been using the same stuff right up until this year. I just bought some more powder. But the cost of that, I don't even remember. That's how much I haven't spent a dime other than buying your tag for your deer. And then we do the cut and splitting unless we get feeling like having some sausages. There's somebody we know that does sausages pretty good, which that's what we did this year, but we hadn't done that. We've been doing it ourselves for years, actually. That was the first year we had done that in a while. We want to get into doing some sausages ourselves, so that's something that's going to be coming up. But the quicker we can get set up here, the quicker we can get doing those extra things too. But having said that, on the hunting thing, there's lots of deer here, bears, lots of other wildlife too, but you know, primarily we'll hunt deer and bear. We have a lot of black bears and a lot of deer here on this property too. So that's going to be a big thing for us. So we really want to get this set up. We got 20 acres here. So not a huge piece, but not a bad piece. You can hunt on. What's good about that is we can hunt on it. Then we're surrounded by crown and or private land, which, you know, then they own a ton of land, right? Hundreds of acres basically by the others that own, and then you're out here, and that's pretty much all it is. But we're right in the middle of our land, so we always go in the middle of the land. So this isn't going to happen, but if it was to clear around us, we're still in our middle spot that can't be cleared. So that's a little bit what's going on. So if you're wondering, the consistency of the videos, the content going on, we're just kind of waiting on the next thing to drop, which is waiting on the price of that. So each thing you don't want to be going into debt doing this stuff. The whole point is to not be in debt and have a homestead that we can run. It's also prepared for, if you ever things come up. Look at the COVID year. That was a weird year. We didn't even notice the COVID year where we were at in the last place because we were just out there living our life and doing the syrup and stuff. So that's the idea, to be set up here the same way. So we want to be set up to have it, like we said, a modern homestead where you have the conveniences, but at the same time, you have all your firewood. If you don't have it, we have a spring with water, even though we have a well, pump it in. We have all the other stuff. If that stuff goes down, we're still good. So that's the idea. Enjoy the stuff that you can. Enjoy nature as it is. And then still have the modern conveniences. And if they go to downhill, we're still good anyway. And then Sam's really getting into horses. So she's going to start doing some lessons there this year with that. I'll probably join her on that. Get to know some more about that side of things, and we'll see from there what we do once we're set up here. Who knows where we'll go with things from there. But the hunt and the maple syrup's the big things. Anyways, I'm probably just kind of rambling now, so just wanted to give you guys all an update what's going on and where we're at and what the plans are going forward. So we'll see you when we see you. We thank you all for being here, and have a good one.